Hi, I'm Dr. Julie Pham, here to help you practice curiosity to elevate your work and life. Today, we're going to talk about how to start a good habit and make it stick. Tips and tricks. I'm going to share with you 9 tips and tricks to adopting good habits. Keep in mind that a good habit is different from a goal. Now, a goal may require adopting at least a few good habits to make it happen. For example, my goal is to keep my blood glucose levels down and so that I don't become diabetic. Now, that's going to require quite a few good habits, which I'm going to share here as my own personal examples. So the first tip is to keep it simple. A habit should be simple and manageable. For example, one of my habits is to move after a meal. That supports my goal. Number 2 is to think about an identity-based habit. Now, this is coming from James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. He talks about people who are not just those who run, but they are runners. People who write are writers. I identify as someone who is pre-diabetic. That is someone who is not yet diabetic. And so I will do whatever I need to do to try to stave off diabetes as long as possible. Number 3 is to tell other people so that you can increase accountability. You might say, hey, I'm trying to form some new habits. Can you just check in on me next time we talk? Number 4 is to make the habit social. That is, do it with other people. So that habit of mine of moving, walking after a meal, I try to then involve talking to a friend on the phone while I do that so that it's more fun. Number 5 is to attach the habit to something that you're already doing, an established routine. A habit of mine is to take herbal supplements to reduce my blood glucose levels when I eat lunch or dinner. So I have the pill jar right on my dining room table. When I'm getting ready to go out for a meal, I pack a few pills. So that's how I attach the habit I'm trying to form to something that I already do. 6 is to track it. That is to write down when you have actually completed the habit. There's something about knowing that I've actually got to mark it that will make it so much more likely for me to complete that habit. So on my calendar, I'll write W for walk, PT for physical therapy, V for vitamin. And so I just indicate the days that I did it on my calendar to track that I've actually got that done. Number 7 is to reframe the reason why you've been resisting doing that habit. I want to form this habit of checking my blood glucose levels with a prick test with a monitor. And for quite a long time, I resisted doing it. And then I looked at the root cause of why I was resisting it. And it was because I was scared. So I had to reframe that knowledge is scary to knowledge is power. Number 8 is to understand what the habit loop is to replace bad habits with good habits. Charles Duhigg, in his book, The Power of Habits, talks about a 3-part habit loop. The first part is the cue or the trigger. The second is the routine or the habit. And the third is the reward. For example, the trigger for me was I'm bored. And then the habit was I'll snack. And then the reward was I'm no longer bored. And so I actually had to replace that middle part. So whenever I got that trigger of I'm bored, then I made my habit, I'm going to brew myself a cup of tea. And then the third part, reward, is I'm no longer bored. So it's actually being able to know what our triggers are to replace it, a bad habit with a good habit. And number 9 is to remember I'm in control. I get to choose. When I feel that trigger, it's up to me to decide what I want to do. So I hope that these 9 tips and tricks will help you start and keep good habits. If you found this video useful, please do like it and share it with others. And also visit curiositybase.com for a more detailed blog version of this.